Hey everyone, this here's Aaron with the Canny Couple, and Joe is behind the camera. And today we want to talk about our second harvest of winter squash. But before we get started, we'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe. Okay, so, you know, not a huge haul, but a lot of food on this table. So, got some Trappuccinos, got four of those.
One of them is a really good size.
This one is really nice. It's very heavy. Look at that. If you don't know what a Trampuccino is, go over and check out our last video on that.
That's several weeks worth of food.
Yes. These here are probably mixes. These three here out here, they look like they're a mix actually between Trampuccino and butternut.
They do the color.
They got the color of the Trampuccinos like this, but they've got a little bit of the shape of the butternut. So that's probably what those are. They're probably a mix between those three. This little section over here is some pumpkins. We think these might be the Cherokee tans.
They might be.
And then, not very for sure what these are, but they grew really well. We need to do better at labeling.
I was hoping to this year, and I
know.
didn't get a chance.
I know, but either way, lots of food on this table that we're going to have, be able to store, put up, have weeks worth of things going on there.
We're already eating it for breakfast.
We are. Ooh, and it was amazing. The flavor of that, like just a mixture of these right here, like this on the table, probably this, section. She put a little bit of pumpkin pie spice in that. I would thought sure it was pure pumpkin that we were eating. I mean, you couldn't taste a bit of difference in it.
It was didn't do muffins. I did like a muffin brownie bake.
Yeah.
And with one with chocolate chips, which is really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. um, and this isn't all we've got left. So we still have, I counted there a second ago, 12 more in the garden. So we have one more Trampuccino. He's a long one. Instead of like the crookedness, he's pure straight length. He's probably about that length and size.
He might be longer
He might be a little bit. We got that left. And then 11 butternut squash, about yay size.
There's some a little bit bigger,
Yeah.
not too much bigger.
A couple smaller, but
I will say this has been our best crop for butternut squash.
yeah. I mean, we've had a lot of those, what we'd pick before even, and then now this time, picking those off. Definitely excited about winter squash, as you always can tell us. When we talk about winter squash, we get too excited.
We probably do. We did a podcast. If you're interested in hearing why we make that such a huge part of our garden.
Yeah. I mean, these here we could probably have left a little bit longer, but the plants were gone.
And they feel ripe. Do the nail test. Show them like how we don't really go in, and if you can't do like an impression, then they're normally ready to pull. Like these things.
These were hard as a brick.
These are hard as you can get. Like you can't even tell I'm pressing my nail into that.
Yeah, and even though the vines looked, like they're still growing on those, they hadn't grown any in 2 weeks.
They're hardened. They're solid. There was one Aaron thought had gotten rotten the other day.
Yeah.
He's like, "This is rotten." I said, "I'm not cutting into this one."
It was so hard. Yeah. And then, like we said, after that, we still got a few more. The vines are still okay or semi-okay on some of those. We might have to pick those in like two separate things. Half in a week and half in 2 more weeks or something like that. But still more squash to pick compared to the huge haul that you saw from us the first time.
Well, and compared to years in the past, where we've had this much squash the entire year, and now we've got so much squash, we are going to have to run the freeze dryer and dehydrator to get it all processed.
Definitely a lot, that's for sure. But we will be, we're eating it sidewise. We'll have it
Multiple meals, multiple ways.
Yeah, dessert wise, everything like that. Might even do a few, as the center of the dish, even
Mhm.
type of things coming up. So, um, you know, not much today. Just wanted to show you that we're still getting winter squash, and today is almost we're right here at October. So
We're
today's
about 2 weeks from our first frost date.
yes,
We're
yeah,
2 weeks from
yeah.
our first frost date. That's the
That's what
best,
everything's pointing to right now is 2 weeks away. What
because
I've seen.
October 16th is
Hmm.
our first frost date. Um, we have a shorter season. It's not as short as some places. We get 180-ish days, but we had late frost this year. It
Very
took
late.
everything out. My apricots were going to produce this year.
Yeah,
I had so many blooms, so many blossoms. I'm so upset. It's first year.
I know. I know we can have so many of those, but maybe next year.
Maybe next year. So we had a really late frost. This season's been a lot shorter than what we've been used to.
It has, and we've had a more cooler days.
Cool, a lot of wet.
A
It's
lot of
been very, very
wet. It's
wet.
sort of been drier though the past couple of
It's been
weeks
dry
here.
the past couple weeks, which is good.
Mm,
It's been good. We kind of needed a little dry because for the most part it's been really wet.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, if there's anything you want to see in a future episode, make sure to go down and give us a comment below or send it to thecannycouple@yahoo.com.
If you have any squash recipes we got to
Yes,
try, please send them. We will try them. We might even do like a whole series of like your recipes
on
and
squash.
on squash and try that. See what everybody thinks.
Right, yeah, that'd be a very yummy one to do. That's for sure. Um, make sure to go over and check out our link tree, which has all of our other links to all of our other social media. And if you haven't went over and checked out our latest short that's either on TikTok or YouTube about our homesteaders date night, make sure you go check that one out. That one seemed to have been extremely popular lately.
And that's really was date night.
It, it
It
was, it
turned
was,
into an impromptu date night.
right? And
As always, thank you for joining us on the Canny Couple, where we work hard, live simple, and enjoy life. Have a wonderful day.